The fourth industrial revolution has changed the appearance of school information education a lot. In the past, there have been many activities that involve learning directly about hardware. However, more recently, learning software to control hardware has been observed more and more. A separate field of software education is emerging. The learning objectives are as follows. First, let's look at the definition of unplugged education. Second, look at various examples of software education in an educational environment without digital devices. In relation to this lesson, we will introduce a pre-training video that you can refer to. This is a content video that can help you understand the concept of binary numbers. This is content about activities expressed as pictures using the pixel concept. This is a content video that uses the pixel concept to express it as a picture. What is unplugged activity? New Zealand's Professor Tim Bell defines it as a method of learning computer science and computational thinking, such as binary representation, pixels, and programming computer language principles without a computer. This type of activity is a type of learning that is often conducted before entering into a conceptual or practical computer science class, because classes can be conducted in a classroom without a computer. Unplugged activities can deliver knowledge in a variety of interesting ways and induce active participation of students beyond the limitations of relatively rigid and difficult contents of computer education. In addition, since it does not require a computer or other various hardware or software, it allows students to learn computer science thinking in an easy and fun way without being limited by time and space. And it helps to expand the communication opportunities between teachers and students and to develop interest in software education. Here are some fun and easy to do unplugged activities. Computers represent data in binary numbers of 0 and 1. So, how is data represented as 0 and 1 inside the computer? Through binary card activities. Without using a computer, students will be able to learn the concept of binary numbers and have a rough understanding of the language of computers. Now, let's take a look at the concept of binary numbers. Computers represent all information as to numbers 0 and 1. This type of representation is called binary. The base of numbers people use is decimal. Let's look at the table of the relationship between decimal and binary values. For this class activity, make binary cards and distribute them so that each student has one set. Teach students of the relationship, decimal and binary number. As students become familiar with the concept, you may expand the size of the number. Now, let's take a look at the learning process of making math problems using binary values and solving them. First, let students practice the learning activity of converting decimal numbers into binary numbers. The teacher calls out a decimal number and the students do an activity 2, represented in binary. Students will get used to converting decimal to binary in a few activities. Once students gets used to the above activities, you can try making simple math problems with binary numbers. For example, the addition expression 16 plus 9 can be expressed as 1,001 in binary. Second, let's look at the activities of learning Lang using binary number cards. How about presenting an activity that expresses the sentences necessary for our daily life to students? Through these activities, it is thought that the ability to compile between computer language and natural language will be improved. After handing out the English code table, try the activity of interpreting the cipher text presented by the teacher. The cipher text is expressed in binary, so we first convert the binary number in the cipher text to a decimal number. The following finds the English alphabet corresponding to a decimal value. By interpreting each cipher text in this way, students can find out the entire sentence. After handing out the English code table, try the activity of interpreting the cipher text presented by the teacher. The cipher text is expressed in binary. So, we first convert the binary number in the cipher text to a decimal number. The following finds the English alphabet corresponding to a decimal value. If you refer to the English code table, you can see that the number 9 becomes the letter I. By interpreting each cipher text in this way, students can find out the entire sentence. After interpreting the cipher text, students make their own cipher text and try to express it with binary cards. Play a game of interpreting the cipher text students have created with their friends. It will be a very fun activity. Now, let's make a code table using the Swahili language. Then, create a cipher text and try to interpret it. Thirdly, I introduce the pixel drawing activity. Have you ever looked into a TV or computer monitor by zooming in a computer? When expressing a picture, it is expressed by placing dots on a number of cells that look like a grid paper. You can understand how computers present images on the screen. Now, let's look at the following picture and find a certain rule. Shall we? The numbers 1, 3, 1 in the first line express the meaning that there is one white square, 3 black squares, and one white square. The numbers 1, 3, 1 in the fourth row mean 0 white square, 1 black square, 3 white square, and 1 black square. After mastering the above concepts, the activity of solving the problems presented by the teacher is carried out. You can distribute the question form to the students, set rules for expressing pictures or alphabets, and have them solve them with friends. Finally, I will introduce the pencil coding activity. Coding means writing code in computer programming. It aims to develop the ability to solve real-life problems sequentially and systematically. All you need is a pencil and a sheet of paper for this activity. You teach commands that can be used for pencil coding. In order to solve the following figure with pencil coding, in what order should the commands be coded? 1. Move one space to the right. 2. Paint black the current cell. 3. Move one space to the right. 4. Paint black the current cell. 5. Move down one space. 6. Paint black the current cell. 7. Move down one space. 8. Paint black the current cell. Just place the commands in order like this. You can try the pencil coding activity by presenting various pictures. If you give the pencil coding result sheet and pencil coding activity sheet enough to children and present them with activities to suggest problems and solve problems each other. Let's take the quiz and do the final arrangement. Please select O if correct and X if incorrect. Coding with only pencil and paper is impossible. The answer is X. If you don't have a computer, there are pencil coding activities that you can only do with pencil and paper. Next problem. If the SW education environment is in place, it is better not to engage in unplugged activities. The answer is X. Even if you have a software environment in place, the unplugged activity can be very important. This lesson, we looked at the case of software education using unplugged. Thank you for watching till the end.